A lot of times women notice some changes in their vaginal discharge, either the texture, the color, or the consistency, and for whatsoever reason they choose to ignore. But the truth is that you don't have to ignore any of those things when you see them, because I believe that our vaginal discharge says a lot about us. For every woman, your vaginal discharge speaks thousands of languages. It tells you when things are going wrong. It tells you when things are right. It tells you when things are about to go wrong. So it is not something that you have to ignore. And that is why in this video, I am going to be talking about vaginal discharges and how to know what is normal, what is not normal, and what to do when you notice something that is not normal. So let's dive right into the video. Now, what is vaginal discharge? Vaginal discharge is a natural fluid produced by the glands and the cervix and vaginal wall. It plays crucial roles in maintaining vaginal health by cleansing, lubricating, and preventing infections. Now, we need to understand, like I mentioned earlier on, that the vaginal discharge can change. It can take a different consistency depending on a woman's cycle. It could change during ovulation, at the beginning or at the end of the menstrual cycle, or even in response to any physiological or pathological conditions. Now, in talking about vaginal discharge, I think that the first thing we need to talk about is what is normal, because if you don't know what is normal, how then will you be able to know what is not normal? I mean, what is abnormal? If you don't know what is normal, how would you know when something has gone wrong? So we have to consider the normal vaginal discharge. Normal vaginal discharge is clear, white, or cloudy in color. In terms of consistency, it can be thin, watery, or slightly thick depending on the menstrual cycle phase. And in terms of odor, it is odorless, but in some cases it can have a mild odor. So these are the few things to look at for a normal vaginal discharge. In terms of volume, the volume is variable, but it could increase during pregnancy, ovulation, or even sexual arousal. Okay, this is it for normal vaginal discharge. If your vaginal discharge is white and thick like cheese and is accompanied by itching, redness, swelling, and this burning sensation during urination, could be an indication of a yeast infection. One thing I know about treating reoccurring yeast infection, because a lot of times women treat yeast infection and it reoccurs over and over again. One thing I know about this is to cut down on your sugar consumption, because unregulated consumption of sugar can alter your vaginal balance, making it a perfect habitat for yeast infection. All you just have to do is to cut down on your excess sugar consumption. I know we girls will love sweet things, so just reduce it. If you see an off-white or grayish discharge, it's an infection called bacterial vaginosis. This vaginal infection occurs when the normal vaginal bacteria overgrows. Now, when this bacteria overgrows, it causes a bacterial imbalance, which in turn causes infection. Now, some of the things that could cause an overgrowth in this bacteria that can cause this imbalance in the vaginal bacteria is douching, which a lot of women still do. I'm going to make a video where I'm going to extensively talk about douching, and I think that can cause this imbalance in the vaginal bacteria is having multiple sexual partners. You could detect this infection by a foul, fishy smell from your vagina. When you notice this smell, this horrible odor, you don't go about purchasing a vaginal deodorant, my sister. It will not stop. If you notice a thick and yellow, white, or greenish discharge, it can indicate a sexually transmitted infection like gonorrhea or chlamydia. Now, if this discharge is accompanied by pelvic pain during urination, or bleeding, you need to go and see your doctor as soon as possible to avoid some unnecessary complication. Now, if you notice a brown or bloody discharge as a girly, You don't need to be scared, especially after your menstruation, because it can indicate an old blood that has been oxidized. This type of discharge can also be seen during early pregnancy. It is called implantation bleeding. It can also be seen when a woman is experiencing hormonal fluctuations, when she's on a birth control, or even during ovulation. When you notice a green or yellow discharge, it could indicate an STI called trichomoniasis. Other symptoms to look out for are foul odor, itchiness, pain during urination or intercourse. And when you notice any of these things, you know you have to go and see your doctor as soon as possible. When you notice a clear and watery discharge, it is normal, especially during ovulation, physical exercises, or sexual arousal. But if in none of these cases that I have mentioned, it could indicate early pregnancy or leakage from the amniotic sac for those that are pregnant, that is in late pregnancy. So I think the goal is to be sensitive to understand when you notice any of these things. Pink discharge could be normal, especially in early pregnancy, during implantation, or during ovulation. Now, if it occurs during sexual intercourse, it could indicate sexual irritation. And women can also see this type of discharge several weeks after childbirth. Now, I want you to understand that apart from sugar, which I mentioned that excessive sugar consumption could predispose a woman to yeast infection, there are some other things too that can also affect a woman's vaginal health, and in turn affecting the consistency of vaginal discharge. One of this is smoking, another one is antibiotics, another one is the type of fabric that is in contact with the vagina, and by fabric I mean the type of underwear that you put on, and even exchange of fluids during sexual intercourse. I also think that you should eat more of yogurt and also invest in boric acid suppositories, but please do not abuse them. Thank you. So this is it for vaginal discharges and what they say about us. I just tried to make this video not to be so long, so if you have any confusion, if you have any question at all regarding this topic, you could drop them in the comment section. Please do want to like this video by giving it a thumbs up. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much, you mean a lot to me. And if it is the first time coming across my YouTube channel, I really appreciate you. Please do not leave it without subscribing. Please subscribe. Just go to that red place and click subscribe. Please, when you subscribe, do it to click on the notification bell. That way, once I drop any video, you'll be among the first people to enjoy it. Don't forget to share this video with every girlie in your life, because they need to understand what is happening in their life. So share this video, share it to every woman on your contact list. I will see you in my next video. Bye.